one definition, the longest one in the book, the definition or the essay about lake, which is a body of water surrounded by land. It's diverse. It's got the Great Lakes. It's got little lakes in the park like you have here in San Francisco. The etymology of lake has been traced to early forms meaning play, fun, sports, glee, games and tricks, and sometimes to fight, and occasionally to please. It has not have its etymological roots in lacus, the Latin word for lake. You never knew that, but when you read this book, you will know that. To lake in early Middle English indicated an offering, a sacrifice, and finally a gift. The verb forms are very old, almost forgotten except in lexicons. Now, at the very end of this, we get to lake often serves as a descriptive or evocative adjective, as in lake poets, lake country, okay? Land O'Lakes butter. How do I know? And in Minnesota, a regional usage, quote, "We're going up to the lake this weekend," often confuses visitors who assume there is a single lake to which the speaker is referring when in fact the lake pertains to any lake in the state, but also in a spirit of affectionate possessiveness to a specific lake that is the speaker's destination. And proof of that is right on the license plate, the land of 10,000 lakes. Now, lake is a very common word. Patricia Hempel has taken us on a journey through this essay, not definition. And this happens time and time again in this book. One of the words that comes from, I think, your knowledge of Central Park, New York, Desire Path. Tell us about Desire Path.
Well, landscape architects have noticed for years that when they lay out a park and then they put cement walkways in there or concrete walkways, that people always wander off them because they want to go someplace else and a walkway's not been put in place. So smart landscape architects now lay out a big quadrangle of grass and let people cross it going whichever direction they want to go. And when they see the revelation there of desire paths, then they go in and make those the concrete paths. So instead of telling the people what they want them to do, the people tell the architects what they should do if they want to save the grass. But those desire paths that's one more landscape term that grows up out of the city. I spent a lot of my childhood in New York, and I always wondered, is there a name for that space that's 18 inches wide between two big buildings that nobody can do anything with? It does have a name. It's called terrain vague.
There you are. Now, there's another term, I think, that has some personal reference with you, Blind Creek.
Yes. This whole project started one night when I went to a university library doing my own kind of research for the kind of work that I do by myself, and I was looking for a definition for Blind Creek. I thought I knew what it meant, but I wasn't sure, and I couldn't find one. And I worked with a reference librarian, I worked with other people at the library, and what I eventually learned is that nobody had ever done a dictionary of generic American landscape terms like Everglade and Bayou, let alone terms like Cowbelly and Kiss Tank and Monadnock. We have no book like this, and that's where I got this idea to get people who care about language and care about this kind of evocation together to write these definitions, as you say, that are more like essays than definitions.